ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.
TV.
Hey man, you look a little older, but you look like my generation.
We gonna do that again.
Yeah.
For real. Ready to go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
TV
welcome
does
to
that.
it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Zephiniahh, and of course, my co-host, Mr. JayKatana. I know we started and there was no audio, so we're gonna redo this whole thing again.
Yeah.
So get that energy back up.
What's happening, Jay Paris? Jay Paris in the building. Jay Paris in the building. The Don Dada. Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. My homie Isaiah is actually calling me. I'm gonna pick that up in a second, but bless up, bro. So good to see you.
He's probably gonna say there's no audio.
I got bars though.
Shout out,
mad
shout out.
bars.
Who's your friend? Who's your friend?
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Shout out Zaya. What's up, man? Thank you for the shout out. Yeah. My name's Joe. Like this man introduced me so nicely now. My name is Joe, the average Joe. Joe with no E, just J-O. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And of course, over to my left, we got one of our guests, Mr. Zephiniahh. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
What is up, audience? You know, it's your boy Young Zephiniahh, 2 Fire Rider, Die Rider. You feel me?
I
That ain't hyping me up.
It's an intro.
I don't
Hey,
get
that's
it.
an
I don't
intro.
get it.
Hey.
I feel like we gotta have that button on
Yeah.
call.
I appreciate being here. You know, always good to be surrounded by beautiful people, beautiful energy. You know, thank you for having me.
Dope. Thanks for pulling through. And then, of course, to his
sir.
left, we got Mr. JayKatana. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome JayKatana.
I feel like you need more like a AK. Not a
And
katana.
A katana slash, bro. Like swing.
Hey.
Yo, introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, what's up? I'm JayKatana. I'm the Sanson villain. Feel me?
Yeah. Homie's a pretty boy.
Santon
Check the
villain,
eyes
did you
out
say?
and everything.
What?
Did you say you're the Santon villain?
Yes.
Hey, man.
I'm
Hey,
the
man.
Sanson.
He in these streets, bro. He's in these
man.
streets. dog.
We're
Hey,
out
man.
here. We're out here. And of course, the homie's a pretty boy. You know, what's that thing that Drake had on his head?
Oh, the
heart.
heart. Certified lover boy.
Certified lover boy.
Yeah, certified lover
Where your
boy.
certified lover boy at?
Not me.
Oh, you're not the. Oh, you're not.
Me.
Yeah,
You're not Team Drake.
Nah.
You're not Aubrey?
What you Generation Z? Where that's not.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
not
like
Team
Drake.
Drake.
I don't listen to Drake.
Okay,
don't?
okay.
So who do you
Nah,
vibe
but-
with? Who do you vibe with? Who do you vibe with?
I like mostly underground artists, like new artists.
Like, give me names. I know
Um,
underground artists.
Slum 6S,
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby Santana.
Come on.
Oh, I like Baby
I like
Santana.
Playboy Cardi too.
Right. Oh.
Alright, so the homies are off
That's
that mainstream
that's that
stuff.
hype
Oh.
stuff, bro. That's that hype kid stuff.
But
But
you
it's
see, that's
nice.
the,
But it's nice.
but
Yeah,
you see,
no
that's the
cap.
thing, and that's the convo that we're having today. Is the
Yeah.
next gen gone crazy? I feel like we have to have that. Dum, dum, dum. I think my dad's gone crazy.
Crazy. Just that sample thing there.
I think the next gen's gone crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're speaking about that next gen because the vibe's different, the energy's different, the style's different, everything's just different. And I think
Evolution.
to start, yeah, it's evolution. I think to kind of throw the first kind of question up in the air, what I'm gonna probably throw it over to Joe, and then let's just bounce off it, bro. The big differences between the previous, well, our gen, because we got we got millennial, and then we got Z. And so a millennials got that vibe where you kind of came up with and then the internet connection is busy connecting, bro.
The
And then
dinosaur running.
yeah, and then the dinosaur's running, and then you open the thing, and it takes like an hour to open the picture. And we got it all the way from there, all the way to Facebook. No, we got all the way from there to MySpace.
Yes.
Then Facebook.
Mix it.
Then Mix It. Then all those
Nobody
things.
don't know what's
I
Mix It.
remember Mix It.
Do you
You
remember
remember
Mix It?
what?
Mix
But
It.
do you
You
remember
don't
You're
do
around
this
like
team,
six.
man. I think you need to conquer it.
Nah, that's how he's kind of balancing between the two teams.
Yeah.
But you
I'm old
the old soul, you see. And then we went over there Facebook, and then from Facebook, then obviously IG, then TikTok, and then the whole evolution happened. Then fast internet, and 3G, 4G, and now we're on 5G, and just that whole evolution. So take us through. What do you think some of the major differences are between these different generations?
Yeah, so basically the biggest one is obviously the internet, The internet has changed the world. Some people will say it's the evolution of human beings, where we connect with each other, wirelessly. So I think that's one of the biggest ones. Another one for me personally is just Engels, ons is weer terug, né? Hey, especially relationally, how we relate to each other, the different generations. I know in the workplace, coming from like a formal corporate work environment, I know around the workplace it's a little bit different. It's a little bit weird. I don't want to say they clashing heads, but there's bumping of ideas and the way and perspectives on how we see the world and solutions and stuff like that. So yeah, I understand there's difference in the way we solve problems, how we look at problems, and how we deal with problems, the different generations. Yeah.
Jump in, bro. Hop
Sorry,
in.
I
It's
just
a
wanna
convo.
speak on what you just said there about. I think one of the biggest differences would have been the evolution of the internet and how far it has come.
Yeah.
So the reason why I want to speak on that is because earlier in the week I saw a meme and it showed two pictures. Those memes with two pictures comparing the two different generations, and then it's like the one picture said what a CEO looks like in my dad's generation, and then it was a guy in a big
Suit.
office. Not a CEO, sorry. What a millionaire looks like
Oh.
in my dad's generation would be a guy in a suit, big office. Everything is tidy, books. He's looking clean. That you can see he's smelling clean, all that type.
You can see it
You can
smelling.
see.
Yeah, like
can
it's
see.
smelling.
You know, like
yeah,
that.
you can tell,
There's that new generation. You see, they can see that you're smelling.
Yeah. And then on the other side, then it showed, then it said what a millionaire looks like right now in this generation. Then it's just some
Totally
kid
opposite.
in his room trading NFTs, using the internet to generate his own money. They how pictures, especially these caricatures and cartoons that speak on these, I would call them political things, right?
Yeah.
They always leave like little elements in their pictures. So he was sitting there on the computer, his NFT was there. And then I would think that in the picture, the room was in a mess, but not because, anything had happened in that room, but because our generation, well, in my opinion, I think the internet has made a lot of things easier for us. And
Do you think it was easier becoming a millionaire at that time? Oh, no, more difficult than what it is now.
I honestly, I wouldn't be sure because, I think a lot of variables fit into what it took to be a millionaire. Not only your connections, not only your smarts, not only your upbringing and the environment you were in, but also one thing I think that influenced being a millionaire a lot was that at one point, let me just turn off my sound here, sorry. At one point, opportunities started to arise when internet started becoming a thing.
Like a mainstream thing.
Yeah, like-
what would you say, Jaden? Do you think that the internet made a difference in like becoming more successful, getting yourself
Yeah,
out there?
I definitely think so, cause like now you can even like go Google like how to like online jobs and stuff, you know. And I know there's like less jobs now, but like I feel like it's easier to be like you have a better chance of being like a millionaire now because there's like so many more
There's opportunities and
now.
ways to just do it
Yeah.
straight from your
Yeah.
laptop or from your
Like
computer in your room.
digitally,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, of course,
Hop in,
broski.
bro.
I mean, my homie DJ Khaled puts it like this: "Is like these new school kids shouldn't be talking their mouth and so forth on. It was more difficult back then. Back then, it was about word of mouth. So your set or whatever you're doing on stage had to be so good
That people
for
would go
people
out and
for people to actually, like you're saying, for people to actually go out there and speak about it. Now it's like we having this, and it's on the internet right now.
Can I play devil's advocate? Can I go
Go for
against
it,
that?
bro. Go
Yeah.
for it.
So I think actually, because we're talking about, let's say, the music industry, like you were mentioning of DJ Khaled, I think that there's difficulties in every generation because this generation now, because it's so flooded on the internet, there's now a surfing process.
You have to fight for that
you have
spot.
yes, you have to fight for that spot and you have to find a spot as well. So you have to sift through all the nonsense, all the skrs, all the and all that stuff to get like, yo, my mathematical, my fan, my pattern, you know that, like just in the music industry, rap industry. So imagine now, it's easier, yes, to get information or the product or the music, but it's difficult to find it because now you have to filter through so many other people doing it, and some low-key people that's not really that good, some people that's experts. So it's a different playing field.
Yeah.
hop in, bro. Hop
I
in.
just
we're
wanted
having
to
a
say,
convo.
yo, Joe, you like, I feel your energy, bro. I understand exactly what you're saying, cause like that idea of or exactly what you're saying about like the sifting through with so many people. Like we were saying before the show, I was like, these days, being an artist with technology and stuff is so much easier. That's a lot of kids, especially these youngins coming up right now. They link to that first. Like when I was in school, I remember. Grade 4, right?
Yeah.
I was always into music because I could sing when I was younger.
Okay.
So grade 4, I said I wanted to be an artist, and I said I'm gonna.
Are you an artist right
pursue
now?
Music. Yeah, but I do it more as a hobby.
Okay.
I do it more as a hobby. And then when I was in grade 4, guys were like, nah, dude, you want to be an artist? That's so whack. Let's be firemen. Let's be policemen. You know, that youngin' idea, right? Then when I got to...
Lawyers and
Then when
doctors
we
and
got
stuff.
to high school, when I started making the music and stuff, then everyone's like, nah, I've also got a laptop. I can afford the equipment.
Yeah.
Let me also do. And then, then at one point, I was in, grade 11? There was 12 other independent artists in my grade, 6 down the lower grade, 6 down.
Exactly.
Even kids in grade 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Have a
3, 2, 1.
mixtape.
They all have mixtapes. They all have content.
A,
and
B,
it-
C.
and it's-
Grade 1.
and it becomes this overwhelming amount of content that I think drowns out actual artists who actually have talent, who actually can make it. Because also, like I said about connections, especially in South African music industry, and because I know a lot of coming up DJs, I know a lot of guys who do these these house parties and stuff. Like
Shout out to the DJs,
yeah. Shout out to the DJ. Shout out to DJ Cigar. Shout out to Oz.
Ah,
shout
no,
out
not
to
yet, not yet. Yeah, but yeah.
Shout out to the boys, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so those guys, and I know a lot of artists as well who make really good music. Like there was guys in my school, shout out to Who Killed Max, shout out to 12 Dogs, shout out to those guys who were really good, they really had that talent, but they didn't have the connection and they didn't have the, that, it's, because at this point, for me personally, what I feel it's not as much about the music anymore as it is who backs you, as it is who
The
recognizes
image.
you.
Who can
The
get you
brand.
in,
The
yeah.
brand,
Who
that's
can
the
get you in,
yeah.
yeah.
Who can get you in, exactly.
Do you want to jump on there, JD?
Yeah, I also feel like music now it's like it doesn't depend on like how good you are now. Now it's just like your swag, like the way you present yourself. Like if you're cool, and then like I feel like you're gonna draw audience,
But I could argue that even in our generation, it was the same like that. There's a producer named Jermaine Dupri, JD. Right, so he used to get kids just because they cool, not because they rap, not because they talented in rap or be the best singers. He was a producer. He knew how to talent scout. He probably just saw, oh, this kid looks cool. I can sell something
You
with
can see all
this
this image,
image.
yeah.
Image.
I can
Like
see all this
Crisscross
image.
and all those.
So Crisscross
Yeah.
is an example. Yes, Crisscross, Bow Wow, the Brat, all those people. Okay, the Brat can rap, but Crisscross and all those people. There was a producer.
Do you know
he said, yo,
Crisscross?
yo,
Nah, that, I don't know.
do you know?
If you hear the track, you might know it.
Yeah, I
Crisscross
feel
will
So
make
make
you
you jump.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
going way
that,
back.
no, that I
We're going
know.
way
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Let's
Okay,
go
yeah,
back.
So it can be the same, but I would say that marketing is different in this generation, which includes the swag, music.
Basically, the way you present yourself, like on
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that's big in this generation that, I don't want to say you guys didn't have, but one thing that's big is that what the internet has allowed us to do is market our stuff in a way that, if I come up with a track now, right, and that track is fire in my opinion, and all my friends say it's fire.
Yes.
I send it to my friends, they send it to their friends.
Yeah.
I get a digital marketing representative to then put my stuff on like ads and everywhere like
Yes.
that. And then it's not even about how good the song actually is, but how far people can push the song to be played.
How much
And,
marketing
yeah,
strength
Yeah,
you
plus
have,
now,
yeah.
bro, funds is a major thing in marketing yourself as
and
well.
then
bro.
and then at that point, you could blow up like Juice WRLD. I saw Juice WRLD come up. That guy produced that song. That one that he hit so hard on, that first, Lucid Dreams. Yeah, Lucid Dreams.
Yeah.
He produced that in his room. Even All Girls Are the Same.
Whoa, hold
He
up.
produced
So
that.
now my generation is gonna come in and cut you off there. So that Juice WRLD track there is actually a sample. so
Yes,
it's
I
not.
know it's a
So it's
sample.
from my generation.
It's from,
that track.
And that's
Phil
a
Collins.
that's a
Yes,
conversation we need to have because
Don't
a
be
lot
talking like we OGs, bro.
Nah, but-
What with the OGs, yo,
But here's
bruh.
the thing, though, bro.
Nah,
That's
I'm
another
tripping, bro.
conversation we need to have, right? It's two parts.
Facts.
Number one is the swag, because the swag makes a massive difference. Like your Tekashi 6ix9ines, like your Island Boys, like these guys, they come out with this
Gimmick.
like weird swag,
Yeah.
bro. And then
Flamboyant, yeah.
people vibe with it, bro. And it's
Stuff.
weird, yeah. People vibe with it. The tattoos on the face, and the OG of that was Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Back in the day with the tattoos in the face.
Wade,
and,
was,
and-
all those guys. Yeah.
Bro, do you know
Even Birdman, tattoo on the head.
yeah, tattoo on the head, all those things. Okay, now I was gonna say something, but I forgot where I was going with that.
I just wanted to branch off what you was talking about like samples and about like
Yeah, I was gonna go into
first
samples,
generations and the vibe of the music. I saw this one interview with, and I don't want to trump my generation's music, no, and I make this type of music as well, but I saw this one interview with Tupac, and then they were like, Tupac, where do you
Shout
see
out Tupac.
Yeah, shout out to
That's a
real
big
one,
shout
the
out.
OG.
Amar Shakur.
So I saw this
Shout out.
interview and I mean
The GOAT.
so I saw this interview and Tupac was like, and they asked him, where do you see the future of hip hop going? And then he's like, he can see it going in one or two different ways. One way will be if they keep it old school, if they keep it the way it is now, where it's hard rap, where it's guys talking about, living in the slums, guys talking gangsters, guys talking gangster rap. That's where his ideal image of rap would want to have gone, right? And then he said, then there's the other side. Now, I don't want to say what he said because he swore, but he was basically saying, if rap becomes way too mainstream, then he actually predicted, he's like, then artists aren't gonna be real, real guys anymore. I don't want to say the N word, but you know what I mean, real guys anymore. Then they're gonna start to be these, what do they call them? Industry plants, where
We just gotta vibe with the
they
industry.
They make singing, rapping songs. They sing about women, and that's what he said. Is like they're gonna start singing about women, start singing about money, start singing about sex, start singing about
Cars and houses
cars
and-
and
yeah.
and luxury and all that stuff. And then it's like, if it goes mainstream like that, then he in his opinion he would be disappointed in that way, and that's exactly what happened.
And to me, bro, when I first got to the mumble rap vibe, I was disappointed, bro. I was like, yo, what's this homie saying?
Especially with Lil Pump. When Lil Pump
Yeah.
started blowing up, I got angry.
I was like, what do you feel about mumble rap, bro?
Mumble rap. I like mumble rap because like I actually listen to the song, not the lyrics. Like if it sounds cool, if it sounds dope, like I listen to it.
You got
But
an
a lot
old
of-
soul.
a lot
This
of
guy got an
youngins-
old soul. He's like,
Yeah.
nah.
a lot of youngins be like that though.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of especially Playboy Cardi, bro. Like Playboy Cardi,
Yeah.
that's
sounds
all he.
dope.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like with the youngins right now, with the new generation right now, they looking more at what's gonna get me hype, what's gonna get me jumping, what am I gonna bob to,
Yeah.
what's gonna sound cool when I'm driving.
Doesn't
rather than-
that influence the lifestyle though, bro?
Yeah, no, definitely it does. But it's like when I love like Lil Wayne, especially with because I'm all about lyrics and lyricism, right? When Lil Wayne spits bars, like sometimes I don't even be listening to the beat. I just listen to his
To what
words
he's
and
actually
the
saying.
beat and be like, yo, that's crazy, and what he says and the way he says it. Even like J. Cole, I feel like J. Cole with the way that he raps, he kind of. He raps like a time I'm giving you advice. You know what I'm saying? Like there was this one song.
Do you know
where-
J. Cole?
Yeah, I know. I don't like his music 'cause I can't even imagine going to like a Tupac concert or a J. Cole concert.
So
What
it's
would be
new
your
school.
What would be your dopest concert? Like maybe 4 artists on the lineup that you know it's gonna go down. My generation is gonna have a ball here.
I want to say mine also.
Yeah, I wanna
I'd
hear
say-
his. I wanna hear
I'd
his.
say definitely like.
Okay, let's say 5, top 5. Yeah,
Alright,
Top
like
5.
Playboy Cardi,
Playboy Cardi,
In one
5
concert.
Summers,
Travis Scott.
stir it up.
I don't know.
Okay, if he doesn't know, I know.
Just those 2.
No,
Would you go-
like
Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
saying that's like that can be like the headline.
The headliners,
And
yeah.
then,
And then
like,
the
rest.
underground.
So
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi and Travis Scott
Yeah,
headlines.
definitely not Travis
Which-
Scott
which is, by
last,
the
eh?
way-
We don't want to die.
Which is, by the way, it's on the. It's,
Don't do
it's,
that.
It's
Don't
on the,
do that.
It's on the talking points. We're getting there. We're getting there. But what were you gonna
for
say,
me,
bro?
for me, I would say I listen to a lot of like most of the artists that I listen to, whether they're underground or big, would be South African artists. I rarely listen.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I don't want to say rarely, but I listen to American artists, but I prefer listening to South Africans because you gotta support your own country rather than looking at outside influences. But for me, first and foremost, I feel like if I had to go to a concert that had a lineup, I would love to see Youngster CPT. Like, yo, I know that guy's lyrics off by heart. He
Kaapstad.
goes crazy. Yes, sir. Kaapstad. I'd like to see
be lekker.
Cash CPT. Like, yo, Cash is also a rapper from Cape Town. Cash CPT. He's booming. I'd like to see that. I'd love to see one of my dreams before he died. One of my favorite artists was Jasse on for XXX Tentacion.
Yeah.
Like for me, that was one of those artists who, in a strange way, kind of took this generation of music and recreated it to be like emotional and deep. Like, when I listen to Drake, I'm a Drake fan. That's one thing I am. Thing is, I try not to like Drake because everyone listens to Drake when Drake drops. Like I was on the radio though, or not I was on the radio, but I was listening to the radio one day. Drake just dropped Hotline Bling that time, and then the guy on the radio was like, "But why does everyone go crazy when Drake drops? Like this is a good song. I know, but." It's been on the top 100 for like 3 weeks. Like it's playing all
So
the
Drake
time.
would be in your top 5
Yes,
as well
no,
at the concert?
definitely. Yo, if Drake
Okay.
was there,
So how many
Who
people?
else? Who else?
do we
That's
have now? We
3.
got Youngster.
we got
Cash,
Cash,
Youngster,
and
we got
and
Drake.
we got
XXX Drake or last
XXX
one.
One more.
and Drake. We got one
Oh
more.
yeah, I said X, and in terms of
What about Nasty?
yo, Nasty would be
Do
crazy.
you vibe with?
bruh.
You used to vibe with Nasty at some
Hey,
point.
Reese.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, hey Reese,
Nah.
Nasty, yo, Nasty, hey Reese,
Ash.
What about-
Hey, your lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about AKA? No.
AKA or the old school
AK.
Casper.
I like Casper, but I prefer English.
Bro, yeah.
Not,
it's,
but
okay.
yeah, but it's just like
But
when
Casper's running the game now.
Yeah, I
bro,
know
in
for
SA.
real. But you see, Casper,
Like,
the way
the way
Casper
he's doing
got
his
it,
thing, bro.
Yeah, he's like running it like a business. Like the way he's doing it is like proper. So I respect what he does.
So here's the next question, right? Or the kind of the next point I want to make is that first of all, the swag and the image plays a big part, and then of course the kind of fugazi behind the image also plays a big part, like the 6ix9ine and Island Boys and these guys I mentioned earlier. Where it's like tattoos on the face, rainbow hair, spaz in every interview, walk out on interviews, like just create like
Attention.
controversy and attention and make sure that like publicity stands all the time. And the thing is, some people are like blah, 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 and then other people are like they're doing it because true as God loves, next day boom, it's on every headline. He walked out on this interview, this happened, that
I
happened,
agree,
he said
I
something weird. So how much of that contributes to actually making that person as successful as they end up becoming?
Ooh, this is a big one, eh?
Yeah, like-
That we're gonna expose now.
Go for it, bro.
So yeah. So
Or even beefs. Because Pac and Biggie
Yeah.
did beefs also.
and the beef worked because it made record
created
sales
It was
go up.
controversy.
like one of the biggest well, not biggest beefs, but I mean one of the beefs that I had put on some of the artists was it was low key, but I mean the beef worked in terms of boosting the artists' brands. It was Joyner Lucas versus Tory Lanez. I was living in Cape Town at the time, and that beef was stirred up, especially between me and my other rapper friend, Michael Bars. Michael Bars raps like Eminem, by the way, but that's just so you can
He's a
know.
G, though.
Yeah, that's how he raps. So he was like, nah, he likes Lucas. I mean, Joyner Lucas, because obviously that's
Joyner Lucas got that vibe.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, Tory Lanez because of the spreading
future.
and stuff. Yeah.
But
And
wait,
then
I wanted. Okay, finish
sorry,
your thought and
but
then
what
I
I'm
want to hear
saying
what Jay
is that
Joe
that
said.
beef, right? At that point, Joyner had maybe 2.3, Tory had maybe 3.5. After that beef, they were both running on double-digit millions in terms of following, in terms of fans and stuff like that. So definitely the beef that you were talking about. That.
What were you gonna say there, Joe?
So beef, publicity stunts, anything that goes. You remember Drake was in the news for putting hot sauce in a condom. Yeah. So any publicity stunt like that, anything like that, I think works for this generation, and they do use it as a tool. We can look at the bad girl Riri, Rihanna. Her manager has a book where the manager confesses that you remember the Rihanna and Beyonce comparison that used to happen back in the day. I don't know, will y'all remember that? But you remember back in the day, they used to compare Rihanna and Beyonce a lot. And then that manager in that book says, I was the reason that
So he started that beef
So he
purposely.
started that, not a beef, but that comparison. Where everyone is always like, what about this one? What about this one? To
generate,
to
yeah,
push
to
up
generate.
Beyonce fans start listening to Rihanna music
to
and
push up
goes,
Rihanna's
yeah.
sales, and also to bring Beyonce's market to Rihanna's market as
gen,
well.
yeah.
I can go a step further. I know we were saving Travis Scott for a little bit later, but Travis Scott as well, controversy, his manager as well. I don't know if you'll see the video. His manager also comes out and says, Travis Scott, basically the way we got him to be famous, to be Travis Scott right now, is that we fake streams. This is what artists now do now. They fake streams, we fake, this is how much
And
we're
you
selling.
can buy fake streams.
Yes,
eh?
you can
buy
buy
100,000 fake
so
streams.
They say, yo, this is how much streams we get, and then they go to a record company and say, look, the people are listening.
vibing, yeah.
People love this music. So they swindle the record company to signing Travis Scott, and now look at him.
But
He's
then
now
it
a
works
major
because then
success.
people buy into it.
Exactly. So publicity stunts and all these things do work, but then I think it's a bigger question that we should ask ourselves: are we buying music or just what's popular? Like whatever is.
For real. Like,
Yeah, we buy.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Sorry, I talk a lot. You guys, sorry. I'm not
It's a safe
That's
space.
cool, bro.
But yeah, for real, like I had a lot of friends in high school who, when music dropped, instead of them looking and finding their own independent sound and finding what they like and who they associate with in terms of artists and stuff like that, these guys, when music would drop, they would wait for the popular songs to come out. Then out of the whole album, they just download, the starred ones or the popular ones, just so that they're in the loop. Rather than enjoying the music, they want to get music.
They want to
to
say
look
they know
cooler.
it, yeah.
Yeah, to be like,
Jump
I
in
know
there,
this
bro.
one.
Like also Drake's album, that Certified Lover Boy. He said like the sales in the first week didn't do like as well, but like he said, because everyone wants to have an opinion about like how the tape is, like it's whack, what blah blah blah, and then like after 2 weeks, because people need music in their lives and whatever, like they came back and then the streams like went up all of a sudden.
Exactly.
But he was riding off Kanye West.
Donda, yeah.
Yeah, he
was
was
And
running
then
off-
Rylo.
But
Donda
I
from
want to
the
know this,
certified
bro. I
lover
want to
boy.
know this from the new school kids and so forth on. Do you think it's long lasting though?
What?
The old tattoos and how they make themselves up, where it's not necessarily
branding
about the
aspect.
music now, because we're our gen and so forth on. It's timeless music, broski.
Yeah.
It's
Like you
timeless.
can throw on a Pac
it was about
or
the
even
music.
an M, bruh, and
Yeah.
you sit here and cry, bruh.
Yeah,
Mockingbird.
bro.
But I think it's a
But
generational
now,
thing,
but
because maybe
here's
they can also.
here's my thing. Who and we speak about A-listers the whole
Bruh,
time,
you can't
broski.
cry for
Facts. But who do you think will last, broski, with these new kids that's on the block?
Yo.
Because it's just about the swag and everything.
Because now
bro, and it's just,
Pump's quiet.
and Island Boys, let's be real.
Yo,
Nah,
let's
bro,
be
I don't
real.
know,
Let's
bro.
be real, bro.
But I mean, the thing is, Alan Boys is
Like,
trending
Trippy's
now.
quiet.
I say, give it
it's not.
February, March.
Is he not quiet?
No,
Is
Trippy-
Trippy not quiet?
Nah,
Trippy live
he's
all the
not.
time, bro.
Yeah, he's live all the
Trippy-
time.
But like when we were talking about
who?
Trippy
Trippy
Red,
Oh, the red one.
1400,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
800, you know, represent.
He's like, the red one. Oh.
But you were talking about Low Pump falling off and not being on
that
his
A-list
game
level,
like,
yeah.
anymore. You know that guy actually October dropped an album and no one noticed. Like no one spoke
Sad.
about that.
But that
like,
shows that
did
he
you
fell
guys
off
know
then.
that he dropped an album.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
Like you must know that's crazy, especially for a record label artist.
yeah,
especially
bro,
for
because
someone.
the OG stepped up, bro. You're
Yeah.
Kanye, you're
Nah,
certified.
but like
The OG done stepped up
nobody
and
can,
squashed his youngest.
nobody can drop. Nobody can drop in.
But remember, J. Cole predicted
yes,
it.
1995, I'm alive. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
J. Cole
one.
predicted
That
that
was about to
this
speak about.
generation, or not this generation, but that kind of publicity stunt style
Yeah.
will fade out. Like
Wait,
the
that
Island
homie's
Boys-
burning to say something,
Okay,
bro.
Nah, y'all hate like new artists. Cause like Lil Pump, he wasn't good like at all. I
Yeah.
never nobody thought he was good.
Yes.
But like other artists, like new artists, they still relevant like for years.
Most
you know?
def. Like,
No, but that's the question he's
yeah,
asking.
but that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying,
what
bro.
I was
My
asking.
thing is like, who are these cats, bro? I'm speaking of,
Who do you
and
think
when I
has
speak of
longevity?
Who will
artists, I'm
go the
speaking,
distance?
I'm speaking
Yeah.
A-list.
A-list
I'm speaking
mainstream.
A-list mainstream.
okay, not A-list yet, but maybe moving into the A-list
Yeah.
because they still new,
Okay,
upcoming.
let's do this. From 2010 till now, which new kid is still
Yo,
popping,
but
broski?
2010, you must also know that decade. A lot of
Yeah.
OG artists are A-listers now. Only like Travis Scott, I remember him on the 2011 XXL freshman cover.
And J. Cole, and
even
all of
Kendrick
them.
Lamar
Kendrick
was
Lamar,
on there.
yeah.
Even
yeah, they were from the.
so that
from the
that
2010s.
10-year decade, I would
I feel like
say.
Isaiah should have been in this
Yeah.
convo.
Yeah.
Big-
Sorry, bro.
but a lot of these artists, bro,
Yeah.
draw from the OGs.
Look,
And
you're
I
always
think
gonna
that's-
both.
And I think
Yeah.
that's why, you know, their music.
Who's maintaining the culture, bro? Who's doing the music
Yeah.
to keep it alive?
Because Cole is maintaining, bro.
Like for me, bro, I don't vibe with Cole, but I've never really given
Cole.
Cole. I've never given Cole. Well, hold on, I've never given him a chance, right? So I've never given him a chance. I don't vibe with Drake simply because of the reason you stated just
Drake?
because
Drake?
everyone's everyone's on that Drake tip. So I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
everyone's
too
on.
mainstream. And so then I've never vibed with what's the guy's name? Astro World.
Travis.
With Travis Scott.
It's,
With
you know,
Travis, I've never vibed with Travis. Bro.
I
I watched the whole documentary. Look, Mama Can Fly. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I get why people are vibing.
Yeah.
But I can't vibe. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm trying to get
It's
it.
a little
but
bit unauthentic, no?
I'm not getting it.
For me, it's a little bit unauthentic.
Yeah,
It's a little
it's a little-
something like
But I think
smoke and mirrors.
what's crazy
There's
is
a taste in my
that
mouth there.
what's crazy is
No
that
disrespect.
No, I want to hear what this
I know,
guy's got to
yeah,
say. But
okay, I just
Okay.
speak on Travis. Okay,
I'm
I'll
not
speak.
defending Travis and him, but like they like good artists. Travis Scott is a good artist, bro. Like
Yeah.
if you listen to his music, he's a good artist.
I give him that.
Just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the things that happen or whatever,
Yeah.
and the like people think he's evil and whatever, but like he's a good artist.
Yeah, one thing I'm happy about is that when you're talking about thinking is evil, remember that point where people started, going
Everything was
crazy over
Illuminati.
Illuminati
Yeah.
and going crazy about these artists. Like, I remember at one point, because I've always been a Drake fan, and I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but I love Drake. Like, his music for
We
me
are
is what I like.
disappointed.
Nah, bro,
We
I'm
are very
certified
disappointed.
lover boy
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
a
yeah,
certified
yeah.
lover boy also.
But-
I am disappointed.
But at one point, right?
And nobody gonna tell us anything. It's
I'm a
artists-
Soldier Boy
it's-
fan.
it's-
Drake.
Drake? Nah, bro, Soldier Boy, he just got a big mouth,
Yeah.
bro.
Who wakes up listening
Soldier Boy
to
is the
J.
future.
Cole willingly.
Soldier Boy is the future.
Soldier
Don't
Boy.
sleep
Soulja
on him.
Boy?
Don't sleep on
Pass
him.
and the
Soulja-
Soldier?
Don't
Soldier?
sleep on him.
Soldier Boy.
Okay, don't
TV
sleep on
games.
Soulja. Bruh,
TV games.
self-made millionaire, bruh. Don't
But
sleep on the
Soldier's a
kid.
vibe. He's a vibe. Like he's got this
But
nice
you
vibe.
can't listen to his music though, bro.
Okay, not music,
But his
like
music
business
is like
the
rap-
whole
his
he
brand.
music is like
Nah,
poppy.
but he
like,
raps off beat, bro. Like you gotta gotta listen.
But he
to
can
some
freestyle
stuff.
for real.
Was it
Blueface, baby.
Blueface also?
Yeah, I heard
beat,
them, but
but they love
He's always
Blueface.
rap off beat, bro.
But you see, once again, that Blueface track, it wasn't even about how Blueface was rapping or what he was saying, but it was just that, you feeling the
yeah.
music, feeling the beat, feeling the bar.
But that's
makes
what
you
I'm
feel
saying. But
cool.
that's what I'm saying. 5 years, 10 years from now, you still feeling the.
I don't feel Blueface like I felt him when he came out, bro. Like, I remember
Can
I
I-
felt him
But
just...
that's my point, bro. Of
Okay, can
That's
I
my
defend that
point,
generation?
bro.
Can I say it like this? I think R.I.P. We just mentioned him.
Tekashi.
XX,
no,
XXX.
Yo.
Juice
Playing
WRLD.
R.I.P.
Juice
Tekashi.
WRLD. I say Juice WRLD is a classic
Yeah, Juice
example
WRLD.
of how his music will last. His music will last. Juice WRLD's music is not like fly by night music. It won't be gone. It's just R.I.P. He's gone, but his music.
I can
will-
see J. Cole's music standing the test.
Yeah,
of
no,
time.
most definitely.
Because it's got
Definitely.
story, it's
But
got
J.
body,
Cole,
it's got
I don't
weight.
know. Should we put him under our generation, like the old generation? Because J. Cole
Nah,
is like
I think he
2
is.
years older than me. He's my
Nah,
age,
but
basically.
I would say it's
Yeah, so J. Cole is more us. I think Juice WRLD is more their generation.
Yeah.
Triple X, R.I.P. also Triple
What do you guys
X.
think about Tekashi then?
Tekashi. I like his like the way he provokes people and like starts
Yeah.
beef.
like,
XXX.
like if,
with that R.I.P.
No, Rainbow Way.
Oh yeah.
if I don't...
Tekashi 6ix9ine, bro, with the rainbow hair.
Yeah.
I don't mess with his
Nah, year today,
his
gone
music,
tomorrow.
but I mean,
Yeah, his music's
I
right,
don't
though.
Year
like
today,
want to
gone
say I
tomorrow.
like his music, but him as like just like we spoke about Soulja Boy, him in the publicity, him in just being that guy
Provoking and
who
just
doesn't
being-
mind provoking, who doesn't mind. And I mean, Tekashi is one of those guys who brought to light that idea of, you know, if you're in the position where it's your life or one of your friends or one of you, you know, I don't want to say the N one, but one of your friends' lives in terms of snitching and in terms of getting to
It's like,
The next
between me
level.
and
Yeah.
you, it's me.
yeah, Tekashi was that example. It's like, yo, even though these guys were my homies, even though, you know, I
I'm
rep
snitching.
for these guys, I'm not gonna sacrifice my life for guys I don't think would sacrifice it for me. I'm not gonna go and he did that with confidence. You know,
Yeah.
to snitch, especially in the rap game, is a big thing.
So do you feel that that's the disconnect of the generations? Because in my generation, snitching, especially in hip hop, because we're talking now hip hop terms, snitching was a bad thing. Like
no, you can't
snitches
snitch.
get stitches. That's what we used to say in my generation. You know. So do you feel like that's the evolution, or he's like a caricature of an evolution of hip hop? Because now he's on the other spectrum.
But
you know.
I'm from your generation, but I agree with Tekashi. I'm like, gents, I'm not gonna go to jail for my life while these Owens.
while these Owens
I'm
can now
gonna peep them.
But I agree and disagree because in the hip hop world, if you snitch, if look, he didn't snitch, but now there's now a target on his head, and if he
Is it in the hip hop world or is it in the gang world? Because remember
Yeah.
that gang
Okay,
and
yeah.
hip
But
hop
it's kind
thing
of-
kind
kind
of
of
got
fused,
close.
yeah.
Yes, you're right.
They
Yeah,
close,
I was
they
confusing
fused,
the two.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
They
I apologize, hip hop. I apologize. I confused.
And
them.
then gang rappers became gangster rappers, and then
Yeah.
but then gangster
the
rappers
truth
were
is-
faking also.
but the
They were like
truth is
carry a Glock and
gangsters-
what? It's like bro, you
But the
lying.
truth is, gangsters started becoming rappers. It wasn't rappers that turned into gangster rappers. It was gangsters who.
But
turned
then
into
later there
rappers.
were these like
Yeah.
fake gangsters.
Yeah,
like,
Tekashi.
and then
Island-
pa, pa, pa,
Island
like,
boys.
Part of what Tekashi did to get onto what he's on.
Pac was a proper.
No,
Yeah, I'm listening.
Part of what Tekashi did to get on was he
Was
joined the
faked,
gang. Yeah,
yes.
he joined the gang. He repped what he wasn't about. Like there's
Yes.
pictures of Tekashi in private school uniform, in glasses, looking all
Yes.
nerdy, and he was like,
Tekashi was like actually poor, bro.
yeah, no, but
Yeah,
I
like,
get that,
very
but he
poor.
wasn't in these streets like the way he says he was, you know.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys, a lot of OGs as well. I think this is more like an OG perspective, but a lot of OGs hate it when guys come out here
And
trying
fake
to be
it.
gangsters when
Yeah.
they're not
You're
gangsters.
faking
the
it,
Island
yeah.
Boys. You saw on the interview.
Exactly. And I think
Did
that
you watch the Logan Paul interview with Island Boys?
Nah.
No, watch
The
it.
one where
What were
chased
they
them
saying,
out.
bro? What were they
They
saying?
asked him about money. They asked him about their financial, and they got
Nah,
ticked off.
Yeah,
one
they got-
one
yeah.
of the podcast hosts were like, "Yo, if this rap game doesn't work out for you, you can sell your Rolex and put it in an investment." And he's like, "What do you mean sell my Rolex?" Blah, blah, blah. And then they got annoyed, right?
Yeah.
And so they got off. Then they wanted to start
did he say,
beef.
broski?
He's
We-
like, "I'm about this."
Yeah.
He was like trying to threaten. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was like, "I'm about this life. I'm about
Yeah.
this." And then Logan was
also,
like, "Yeah, bro."
also on some gangster tip.
yeah.
Then Logan got up. He's like, just call it."
But you know, a lot of the times when I see I'm very God oriented, right? So when I see So when I
Need that
see
sound
the
effect as well. Yeah.
so when I see the world, right? I remember Rev was talking it about the one time we always see the world through, you know, the human eye and through our eyes, but we should put on, I think you call it the God glass, something like that, where we change our perspective and we don't think about the world as a human being, as flesh, as temptation, but we think about it as someone who's spiritually inclined, who can, you know, see things differently. So for me, whenever I see artists getting big, whenever I see something happen, whenever I see in the world, I always find that, in my opinion, I feel like God controls all of that. So I feel like a lot of artists, especially like, what was that guy who OD'd on Molly? Lil Peep.
Oh, yeah,
Lil
Lil
Peep, Juice WRLD. I felt like God sent those artists out there to say, look, these guys had talent, these guys made it, but drugs became an issue. They both died on ODing, and both of them was unnecessary, because Lil Peep, he just took the Xannies to get lit and took OD'd in his bus. And then Juice WRLD, what was speculated,
Did he
was
die?
that he died. What was speculated was that he was on the plane, and then the police was there waiting for him because they said he can't have narcotics, and then he took all those narcotics instead
And
of
tried to
flushing
take it.
No, instead of flushing it, he's like, I'm not wasting my child now. You know, see, not thinking. Then he just chucked them all. Then when he got to the airport, he's busy walking there, he has a seizure and dies just like that. So I feel like God sent those out there.
Explain, bro.
Buzz
There's
alert, buzz alert.
something
Yeah.
buzzing like heck.
But I feel like God sent those out there to speak to our generation, speak to future generations about, you know, drug overdose and, you know, handling drugs. And then I feel like a lot of artists who died with gang-related violence, like XXXTentacion. And for me, before X died, I was that guy who said, you know, if someone wants to roof me, if they want to take my stuff, I'm going to fight. I'm not going to let them just take it. If they must kill me, they must kill me. I'm not going to be punked out, because some people's robbed me before, like once or twice. But, you know, it's the dignity more than it is the possession of those things. But then when X died because of that exact same reason. You know, he pulled out of the shop, and then guys pulled up with straps, and they were like, yo, give me your bag, all that, because they know X
Then
had
he tried
money.
fighting.
And then X was one of those guys who said, nah, you're not going to disrespect me in any type of way. He fought, and then they
And then
didn't
shot
hesitate.
him, yeah.
Shot him 3 times in the chest, took his stuff, left him dead. Beautiful artist, just dead like that. Once again,
it was unnecessary.
Of smoke as well.
yeah, exactly.
Could've
Once
been
again,
avoided.
once again, I see that as God sending him there to speak to those type of people who are overly aggressive and who are, like, I feel like people don't just come and die, especially so publicly, for nothing. Like, just my perspective and my God.
So here's the next question, right? I want Jaden to jump in. Is Jaden's mic working now? Was it that was causing the buzz? All right, okay. Jaden, what do you think is the fundamental principles that kind of have to stay throughout the generations, even though vibes change, flavors change, blah blah? What's the things that, gents, this is something we need to keep.
I feel like it's always like gonna be respect that you have for like another person. It's always gonna be respect, you know. So like, no matter what you do, like you can do it, but you have to have like respect for someone else, like the person next to you. and
Respect.
all of that.
You're talking about music, right? You're talking about
Now
the
we speak
music.
about in general.
Everything.
Oh,
In
okay,
general.
okay, yeah. No, I get that.
I feel like it's respect.
And in music, what should be the fundamentals?
In music,
Or is it free game?
yeah, I feel like it's free game now.
Yeah, because I was gonna say in music, guys don't respect each other, bruh.
Yeah.
They drop music disrespecting each other on
I
purpose.
think
Tracks.
depending on a genre, like music, they can. I mean, music, hip hop. I think they can. It's a free for all, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about fundamental
Yeah, the
principles. Like I'm saying, if a
fundamentals,
fundamental principle is let's tell a story,
Yeah.
or let's carry this energy of
Yeah.
trying to push this generation forward by doing whatever it is that we do. Like that should be like a
I
fundamental,
think
like underlying
it'll always be that
principle.
bro.
Yeah, love, respect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ones that come out.
Generosity,
I'm trying,
humanity, all those. Yeah.
because those are the stuff that's gonna make human beings like prosper.
Yeah.
We're still gonna move forward.
And
And
let's
I-
get to go for
Sorry,
it.
I was just gonna say, I think those core elements of our being, what basically makes human beings, live with each other, cope with the way that we're living. I think those will never change. Like I doubt there'll be a time where kindness isn't something that is essential.
That's
You know,
necessary.
I'll doubt there'll ever be a time
Or
where
love.
even like spiritual connection. Like I can see the future going in a way where, you know, this ideal type of religions and these type of formatted religions aren't as prevalent as they were in the past generation as they are right now. But things like spiritual connection, you can never like. Even in all the movies, in all things, when someone's about to die, whether they're Christian or atheist, they always look up spiritually. Like, did you watch that movie, Don't Look Up? So basically, Don't Look Up. Remember the part where, you know, everyone wasn't Christian except for that one guy.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, like, you know they're about to die. It's about the world ending, basically. And now never respecting religion, never acknowledging it, never saying that God is real, whatever. The human instinct was then to put their hands together and to start praying. Because that will always be, for me personally, I feel like things like that.
That has to be the base
Those
somewhere.
always, as human beings, that will always be the base. Kindness, you know, humility,
Love, respect.
all of those.
Bro, I want to ask you now. I'm going to start at Jaden, right? And then we'll work it through.
Yeah.
Let's get into the juicy side of things. Is Travis guilty?
I don't think so.
7 deaths.
No, he's
I
not.
don't think so, no.
Could he have done something to change it?
Yeah, he could have, but
Like
like
what?
if you look at his documentary, like literally every single concert is like that.
Yeah.
And you know, he didn't expect something different from that night.
And
you
that's
know.
how it is with our generation, you know.
Yeah.
Parties aren't just to enjoy the music, it's to rage.
Yeah.
It's to
Yeah.
go crazy.
And obviously that concert was like packed.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, that concert was crazy.
I've been like in a concert where like there's like a lot of people, but not as much as that, but like you feel tired, you just want to sit down, you know.
Yeah.
And then like there, people are collapsing and stuff.
Bro,
I
people
don't-
were
Yeah.
squashing each other to
Yeah,
the point where
yeah.
the homie was saying if he lifted his hands, he couldn't put it back down.
Yeah, I saw
It was like
article.
squashing his like
Yeah,
lungs and
exactly. I saw an article about that, about guys saying they were so squashed together that they couldn't breathe at that type of point. Are you done speaking in my
Yeah.
opinion? Nah, I mean, legally, Travis Scott isn't going to be found guilty
Penalized.
for the murders. But there is a thing called, you know, culpable homicide, where it wasn't his intention, but it's about his negligence that led to those deaths that he could be penalized for, you know, that he could be trialed for and stuff like that. But the truth is,
But if you know he encourages that type of behavior and vibe at the concert,
Yeah,
why,
but
why,
at-
why you going, bro?
But at the end of the day, that's exactly why I'm going, because he's encouraging that. Because it's like,
experience.
we're coming here to rage. We're
So
coming
obviously
here to
you
jump.
would know if he comes to SA, bro. You would know.
He came.
Chances are,
Yeah.
It's
I'm
gonna be-
not making it out.
Yeah.
I'm not making it.
But yeah.
Bless up moms, bless up pops. I'm
That's-
going to Travis.
But that's what's so crazy though these days. You know, people can be so. And one thing that I think had a big influence was that, you know, nothing will ever be confirmed, but the truth is that there were people there that were on some sort of drug. There were people there.
No,
that,
it can be confirmed. There was a lot of people who came out afterwards and said
They
people
were
were
on drugs.
tripping, people were
Exactly.
doing like a bunch of stuff.
exactly, and I mean,
And
you
they
know,
were coming through with it past security, everything.
Yeah,
man.
and
Like,
I mean,
security
no one's
were
being
getting-
searched.
Even security were getting
Yeah, but that-
jabbed
but-
at something.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you can't want to blame Travis Scott for he promised a rage and people came there to rage, right? But you can't blame Travis
their
Scott
behavior.
for the way that they then took it, for the way that they then overdid it. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I don't think Travis Scott is 100% responsible. I think that
50-50.
there is not 50, because then you must also think about the
because
security guards.
because it's his concert, though.
Nah,
bro.
but
Yeah.
again, and that's an issue
And
that they
he-
have. The fact that the security wasn't like vetted, they
Yeah.
weren't checked
Yeah.
properly. They were just getting like random people from the road. Hey, do you want to be a security? Come, stand here,
Exactly.
stand there, stand there. There's this one lady that did a whole interview. She's like, yo, my cousin came home. She's like, yo, we're going to be securities at Travis Scott thing. And she was like, I don't even know anything about. They're like, yeah, just come, they're gonna pay us. She said they got there, they didn't know where to stand. There was no like head to say that, okay, guys, you stand here, you do this. They were kind of just wandering around, and eventually they ended up not even doing their job.
Just
so I
being
think,
at the concert.
they were just kind of there.
But those 7 families definitely want justice. Like those 7 families are gonna find
A
anyone
way
to
to get
blame,
somebody-
anyone to take the rap for what happened, because
Yeah.
But do you
that's-
think it's fair of them to want that?
I think it's their pain. I think it's that, you know, I've lost this person now for unnecessary thing. Like the youngest kid that died, they were 7 years old. Imagine like that 7-year-old being all excited, Mom, I love Travis Scott, can I please go? And then, you know, he
Broski,
goes
7 years old.
7
bro.
But
years
bro,
old,
why,
bro.
why,
And
but
then
why are you
my
listening to
baby-
Travis Scott at 7?
My
though?
baby bro's
Because his content's a bit
14,
hectic.
bro. I'd never.
Let him listen to Travis.
Go to a concert like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Double
exactly.
the age,
Exactly.
bro.
I wouldn't let them
that's
listen to Travis.
Yeah,
Once
also
again,
listen, but
imagine
it's
how
like
those
7 years
how those
old, bro.
yeah, that's
Gee.
what I'm saying. Imagine how those parents must feel, because now what they're gonna do is, instead of thinking to themselves, "Oh, sorry, I thought someone was talking."
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Go
yeah.
for it, bro.
But instead of thinking, instead of looking at themselves, I'm like, I was so dumb to let my son go. He's 7. Should have seen the environment. There was no seating area. It wasn't like a organized. It was just a giant field where everyone came to enjoy, right?
So you think that parents also need to take responsibility?
Bro, I wouldn't even let my baby bro go to a beat.
But I mean,
think parents
I don't
need
know.
to
I
take
don't
responsibility.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't want to say
As
that
yet.
parents shouldn't take responsibility, but like for the 7-year-old, it ranged from 7 to 23. The oldest was 23. The youngest was 7. So you know,
Was it 28?
was it 28?
Yeah, 28,
Okay.
the
No, yeah,
oldest
no,
one.
it was 28. It was 28. But looking at that, it's like, you know, parents did play a role in allowing their children to go. But it's like, it was like when Justin Bieber was the big thing, you know, everyone. I mean, you can't compare. Wait, listen, what I'm saying. You can't compare Justin. What I'm trying to say is, I
Bro,
saw.
Justin puts. Never mind.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that when Justin was starting out, you know, he released that one movie about him
Never
on the
Say
come up.
Never.
Yeah, Never Say Never.
Yeah.
And remember there was that one scene where this parents bought the ticket to one of his concerts, and then this girl got it and she was crying and she was so happy.
Yeah.
You know, as parents, well, not to say I'm a parent, but as parents, I would think that you know, one thing that you find joy in is bringing your children joy. So at that same instance, you know, the parents who let that 7-year-old go and those kids go, they were like, now we're making these kids happy and we're hoping that they're safe. But at the end of the day, they should have thought, yeah, exactly. They should have thought about the idea that, look, Baba, I mean, you're 7 years old. Don't worry, you'll get your turn to go and rage. You'll get your turn to hype. But they didn't. They let that kid go. And then
7 years old is grade 1, bro.
But I think the responsibility is shared amongst a lot of
That's
people.
what I'm
bro.
saying,
As
bro.
a parent,
50-50.
even the people that were there, bro.
Yeah.
At some point, you can see like people are shouting, "Yo, people are dying," blah blah blah. It's like, yo, let's spread out. Can we start like?
Yeah,
I mean, in
they
and of
were
ourselves,
too-
like, gents, let us just make some space here because people are busy dying. And let's try and
But I
spread
think
out.
it was
Let's
so
try and-
compact, bro, that
It was crazy,
you
bro.
couldn't
and
even.
the thing is,
It's like you try.
no, but the thing is,
It's a mosh
there's
pit.
there's been an example where a great artist, like, you always see how people post about how crazy people went for Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
right? People, when Michael Jackson just steps on the stage, everyone
faint.
screams,
There's a
people are
fainting section.
fainting,
Fainting,
people
yeah.
are fainting, people are going crazy, but you never heard anyone stampeding.
But also the
tramping on each
nature
other
of the
to get to the
music
front.
and the nature of the
Oh, that
energy
does play a big
is a
role.
big because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Bieber,
Nah,
if you're gonna
okay,
say Bieber,
I disagree with
just
the
hold on,
energy
bro.
of the music,
If
the
you,
nature.
If you go Bieber's vibe is like chill.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
Bieber's-
chill.
Bieber, when you go to a
Nobody's
Bieber
gonna be
concert,
like,
yeah,
no one's gonna be raging. It's gonna be full, but not gonna be
know
pushing
you
each
love
other
me.
and stuff. And so that's the thing. So with Travis, it's like, put your middle
Turn up. Straight up.
You know, so
And especially
so
with
that
Travis's
energy is like
energy,
different,
bruh.
bro.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
people are like raging, bro, pushing each
Yeah,
other.
literally like
Energy is there.
same with energy. Sorry, with Michael Jackson, you know, he was on the stage, he was a performer, he sang, he danced, he moved. But Travis Scott, he's on the stage just having most fun, screaming, "Yeah, let's go!"
I
And
disagree.
then singing the songs, jumping up
I
and down,
agree, bro.
raging.
I
Let's
down.
hear what
disagree.
let's hear
Raging
what
the
Joe says, bro.
Okay, so I disagree heavy. So I think Michael Jackson had energy, right? He knew how to move a crowd, make a crowd cry. There was a fainting section. So that means they knew, right? So the organizers of Michael Jackson's concerts knew that, yo, if something happens here and these people are starstruck when they just see Michael, let's have a section where we can put
Where
them
we can
if they
control
faint.
them,
Yeah. Travis Scott is
crowd
different.
control, yeah.
Crowd control.
Travis
Travis
didn't
Scott
have
is
that,
different.
yeah.
Travis Scott is someone that's almost wanting attention. Hey, I don't want to hurt your guys' feelings. All the Travis Scott fans, I'm just
Travis
keeping
Scott
it real.
fans,
I'm just
I
keeping it
listen to
real.
Travis.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real.
Straight up.
So keeping it real. Travis Scott wanted attention. When I tell you he wanted attention, it's not the first time he rages like this where he got into trouble. There's already a kid that got paralyzed off his concert before this concert already.
That like that jumped off the balcony.
There's a kid that jumped off a belt, is paralyzed right now. So it just goes to show that Travis Scott is very aware of when they come here, Travis Scott, want them to rage. So there's a difference in that. Michael Jackson could have gone on stage and said, everyone, go crazy, go crazy,
But
know.
people
But he
came
didn't because he
there.
knew that even just me just coming up, they'll go crazy, and he knows. Let me not tell them to go crazy because they're gonna go crazy and kill each
But I
other.
think-
so,
But
but,
wait,
Travis
wait,
Scott,
yeah.
but Travis Scott
Wait,
does
Joe.
the opposite.
Yeah, nah,
Travis
you
Scott
changed my
tells them.
perspective, actually.
Travis Scott tells them, everyone,
Rage.
rage.
Yeah, and
But
Go
wait,
mad.
wait, Josh, I
Don't,
wanna hear what
don't listen
Jayden
to the
had to
security
say.
guards. He tells them, don't listen to the security
Yeah,
guards.
these tapes are
Go
useful,
for the
man.
security guards. Go to the
yeah,
VIP. He tells them.
He
So
told
he
him once to
initiates.
fight even. Like
Yeah,
the
you
guy
see?
who took his
But
shoe.
wait,
he's like,
Jayden.
Nah.
I want to hear what
Come on,
Jayden
man.
says, bruh.
But like, you go to a Travis Scott concert, nah. You know you're gonna do that. It's not like he's telling you. You go there, you
But
wanna
he
rage.
created that vibe. He created that
Yeah, but
culture
what I'm saying is now
of,
you go
I'm
there
gonna
for
tell
that
you.
culture,
You
bro.
go there
You go
for
He's
that.
giving
culture.
he's giving them permission. Okay,
Yeah.
when you come here, you can
Yeah.
rage.
you can go
You
crazy.
can jump over the security's
But-
head. You can kick the fence down.
But the fans wait for Travis Scott to tell them. They don't do that. No fan has come to Travis Scott concert and said, he didn't say rage, but let's rage. They all wait for Travis Scott instructions.
Nah, as soon
Not
as
entirely,
they-
bro.
Straight, turn
as
it
soon
up.
as
Not
soon as, like,
entirely,
the
bro.
beat
They are
drops,
raging.
Yeah.
As soon as
Yeah,
like,
the
the
beat
beat
drops, it's
drops,
crazy.
the
Yeah.
people go crazy
But it's-
without him even saying anything.
Facts. Until he like says,
Okay.
yo, let's put steroids
Okay.
on this now.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been to a big concert where I'm trying to imagine what was a crazy concert. Okay, the biggest concert I've been to was Afropunk. It was packed, my man. It was packed, and I'm telling you, packed where there's people. I don't know if you've been at a packed concert where people are sitting down, just resting, and then when you walk through the crowd, you have to be like, yo, sorry, I didn't see you sitting there because people are resting. Every festival is like that. I've been going to festivals. Every festival is crazy, right? People rage when the music drops, when the artist comes out, but people have never died like that.
Yeah,
people
but-
have never
but the
said,
thing is-
let's go and hurt that person.
But
Because Travis Scott did that.
Yeah,
he
but-
said, yo, let's single out that one guy, everyone, the whole concert, let's boo that guy or let's
Yeah,
you
but
know,
but the thing
let's
is, it's
hurt
like it's a different type of rage because I think with a certain artist, you know, when you say rage, you say moving, you say you know vibing with the songs. But when you say Travis Scott rage, you're talking about mosh pits.
Unamanga, I disagree.
Nah, but you're talking about crazy mosh pits.
The
like,
word says it, rage. The word says it.
yeah,
In English,
and
rage
remember,
means
but that culture of mosh pitting, you know, you're not just jumping up and down, you're throwing your hands. Like my one friend, right? He went to that. He was underage, but sorry to expose you, dog. But
don't say his name.
Don't say
but
his
yeah, I
name.
won't say his name. But he went to that. Remember when Travis came for
Yeah, in South
that
Africa.
Castle
Yes,
Light thing?
I remember. Yeah.
So he went there, and he was like, when he was in the Golden Circle, right? So when he was in there, he wasn't just jumping because everyone is jumping, pushing each other, punching
Yeah,
each
it's a-
other because
yeah,
that's
mosh
part
pit,
of the
rage,
mosh
yeah.
pit culture. You know what I'm saying?
But mosh pit culture comes from rock music, heavy metal, and people weren't dying at the level that they're dying with Travis Scott, though.
Now, but you know
well,
what
maybe
happened?
it wasn't as public.
No, but you know what happened with the Travis Scott? No, but you know what happened with the Travis Scott thing? There was another stage set up on the side there. Who was that? There was a lady performing on the side.
Opening act.
No, like a day act. So she was there. That's why everyone that died in the South Wing. Because she was performing there. And then Travis started, I think, at 9 or something. Or at 7 or
he
whatever
started
the time
late,
was. So then everyone came from that show. Because that show ended and then Travis' show started.
Yeah.
Then the whole audience that came from there, is like 3,000 people that came from there, now shoved into the South Wing.
Yeah.
Because and then when the countdown started,
Golden
they
circle.
all started pushing forward.
Yeah.
And that's why every person that died in that wing there because that wing wasn't
Oh,
controlled.
yeah.
It wasn't crowd controlled.
yeah.
So that's why people died in that wing there. No, bro. Okay, so
It wasn't crowd control, but already from the start of the concert, if you do
The
your
whole
research,
thing wasn't
the
crowd
whole thing
control.
was already
But so-
doomed.
So
From the
there's
start, the merch
so
store
there's
was
a
already
breakdown.
doomed.
There's a breakdown on Washington Post that broke down the whole concert, the
Yeah, I saw
time,
that. Yeah,
the
yeah, I
different
saw that.
things,
How
how the
everything
whole
went
thing actually
wrong.
went down
Yeah.
from like you
The
know
ripple effect, yeah.
air crash investigation. That's broken and that broken and that's why the thing crashed. So they literally break it down timestamps. They break it down people's footage. They break it down where this person was standing when they took this footage. And so they showed that a lot of people came from that show and then they pushed into that South Wing and that's what overcrowded that specific section. That's why everyone that died in that section there.
Yeah.
Because it was overcrowded.
What do you think if you could run back time and if you could post a solution to what happened at Travis's concert, looking away from the culture, looking away from Travis, looking away from the mosh pits, how would you?
Okay, this is how you would do
Because I
it.
think crowd control was an issue, but what do you do
How you
to
would
control the crowd?
How you would solve it is, number one, have proper actual, like, not guards, but like proper people in place. Like, so if you have cops, if you know you're hitting 20,000 people, then you know for per crowd you're gonna need like 1,000 cops or whatever, and then get the necessary people in the necessary
And
spaces to control that audience, and then
how,
also have
though?
those barriers up. And then, because if there's more presence of control, people automatically,
Yeah.
"Ish, there's police
Oh,
there.
if there's
Ish,
more
blah, blah."
authority
Yeah, if there's
control.
now
Oh,
authority
yeah.
and there's police.
People behave.
People are like, "Ish, there's police there. Ish."
Ain't
But
click,
the way
yeah,
this
that
woman
makes
was
sense.
explaining it, she's like, the police was starting drugs. The people who had the uniforms on was starting drugs. Were the people that was like this. So there was like that disrespect of like, it's a free for all. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can
Can I
do
say where
whatever.
was the problem? Me personally,
That
just
negligence.
a person outside looking into the story. I think the problem was Travis Scott. Travis Scott is not taking responsibility. It's his festival. Esther World is not. You must know Travis Scott is not at Rocking the Daisies, where it's a big festival with lots of artists.
Or what's that other
This-
big festival they do?
You know,
In the desert? In Los Angeles?
Coachella.
Yeah.
It's not Coachella where it's lots of artists coming together. This was Travis Scott.
It's his show.
It's his show. It's Astro World going big, you know. And I think he should take responsibility. And I'm not taking away from his talent and from his skill. I believe he is talented. Rapper, he's a talented musician, he's a talented producer. I do believe that. He's an icon of this generation, you know, culture, fashion, and all of that. I understand. I give him his flowers.
Reverb, all of
But
that.
what we need to also put in perspective is his responsibility. It's his festival. He was the man in charge. He was the one initiating raging. He was the one initiating violence, disorder. He knew about. He's the person in charge. Just because it's like a pastor of a church. Imagine your father and something grave happens here, and it was his event. He said, Saturday we're having a conference. It's the pastor's conference, and something happens with the people. He needs to take responsibility.
and
He's the head.
The other thing is, we had this convo, right? Where even that now, like if you have this big concert and you know there's 20,000 people on the floor, and you have your staff managing and running, bro. At some point, that one girl was climbing on the camera stand to say, "Hey, people are busy dying here. Can't you somehow radio or something to tell the people, relax, the people are dying."
say Travis
So
never
at
heard,
some point, he didn't hear, but at some point, the cameraman or something radios. We have a situation here in this wing.
There was
here.
an ambulance that
Somebody
went through the
saying
crowd,
blah
isn't
blah
it?
blah blah blah. Can somebody please get Travis' attention or whatever? Then his manager or his whoever walks up to him. Yo, hold up, cut the music. And then the O comes to him and says,
What's
"Hey, brah, look here, we have a little bit of situation there in the south wing. It looks like someone died." Oh snap! Somebody actually. And then he's like, "Okay, hold on, guys, relax. Let's find," because
Now
he
we
did
with
it. He did it at the show.
Yeah.
He said, "Everyone, calm down.
down.
What's happening here?"
Yeah.
And then someone fainted.
And the thing is, Travis was never bound to do that. You know, in the middle of in the middle of a song,
stop and
you
say,
know,
"Guys,
there's
walk."
something going on that needs his attention. He would.
He's like, "Stop!
But
There's
I
somebody
think-
there. Just
I think-
sort that out."
Sorry, I think one thing that that needs to be understood that artists at the end of the day, this is a very controversial opinion, and I mean I adopted it from my mom, but artists at the end of the day,
Yeah, bro.
Come for mamas.
but artists at the end of the day, what my mom said and what I think does reign true, just like for any person in business or any person in the world, you know, artists are their own products, you know. Artists as a person has a team behind them, has a company behind them, is paying people salaries.
Yeah, you are
as
the
the
product.
artist,
Yeah.
you are that product that is being sold, you know. So the manager says, "All right, Travis, this is a big concert. We put all this money into it. Everyone booked out. You have to go crazy." Travis goes up there. Yes, being, you know, the face of the business. But being the face of the business doesn't necessarily mean you are the sole boss. You doesn't necessarily mean you are the CEO. You have control over everything. Yes, you have a huge stake of control. But I think that
I agree with
the
you.
whole Travis team and that whole concept,
There's this
and the
responsibility
security,
that they should take
yeah,
also.
all of them, plus the parents. all
Chance, I
should take-
gotta go because
but
time is
not-
catching up to us.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Quick one. Who's a figure that really transcends generations, that you can still say that this guy, if you listen to his music now, it still will work for any generation? Jaden, what do you think, bro?
I don't know.
Like
But
from
like I
old
feel
school.
like I don't know. I feel like for a figure though, like Kanye West, I don't listen to Kanye West. but
Kanye, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like him for
But
sure.
relevance in the
Kanye's-
industry.
Yeah,
In the,
he's
Kanye.
like in fashion.
Yeah.
You know, like the way he dresses. Every time like he changes, you know, people copy him all the time.
He reinvents
I agree
himself.
with
Yeah, he reinvents himself.
agree
all the
with
He's
time.
number one, bro.
Joe, what do you say, bro? We have to give quicker answers because time's going.
Okay, yeah. So for me, an artist that just moves on is obviously Kanye West. His influence on fashion, music, everything. The sound of music right now, the instruments that people are using right now is because of him. The way we all dressing right now, like it or not, all these H&Ms and all these other big fashion houses copy his stuff and then they make their stuff. So unintentionally, even the stuff we have on right now is because of Ye and the fashion, the
degree.
way our outlook on life, everything. Yeah, we can go after the show. We can go. yeah. So I'll say Kanye West, and I'll say someone else also is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is
Michael
such a
never
classic
died.
staple icon in our lives. I think even the next generation, like my kid, even will be
Will
down
know
with
about Michael. Yeah,
Jackson.
Michael
Can I just say
forever, bro.
one last thing about Travis Scott? I think Travis Scott really needs to take responsibility. As we were speaking now, I actually realized that he needs to take responsibility.
We done with
Yo,
Trevor,
yo,
bro.
I'm gonna
We
be
done
quick.
with Trevor.
I need to
Wait,
say this.
let him be quick.
So Travis Scott needs to take responsibility because he could have stopped. Like when you were mentioning now something, he could have stopped the show many a times, but he didn't want to stop because he had a documentary shooting. He was shooting a documentary, so he wanted good footage for his documentary.
sound
So it shows that his intentions wasn't really clear and good intentions for the people. He's just feeling sad now because
He got caught.
Because he got caught. Basically,
But-
because he got caught.
And
Because he
then
was
Drake
busy.
also came out, and that was a whole
Yeah.
other
That's,
fight.
that's a big debate
Yeah.
in terms
Ah,
of
so-
Travis Scott saying he doesn't want. Because at the end of the day, you weren't there. You weren't
Okay.
there. So it's like.
I
everything
don't
was-
get just, but time, James, time.
But media shows us. Media
Okay,
shows
time,
us.
James.
Yeah, but media can also. Okay, time, I understand.
Time,
but
time,
you know,
time.
media can warp the truth at the end of the day.
We'll have a
Don't worry,
conversation.
we have a
offline.
conversation
Yeah,
uncut after this.
Uncut. Okay,
Uncut.
Jay, and then we gotta close it off.
Yeah, I think Kanye as well, Michael Jackson, and Tupac.
I'm also in Tupac.
You.
Tupac influenced M move.
Pac, you.
I said true.
Nah, he's like,
Oh,
you
you
say
said
you.
Man, this nigga don't know, man.
Yeah, bro, take that chair, bro.
Alright,
Throw these pretty boys.
Let's go, bro, quickly.
Nah, I agree. You can continue.
Pac,
Yeah, no, I agree. Pac, Kanye, Michael.
Beyonce.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely Beyonce.
Beyonce's gonna be here.
Beyonce's gonna be
I'm
here
not a big
forever.
Beyonce fan, but okay. We
Yeah.
can give her that.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Okay, gents.
One more.
Closing remark. No,
He started it.
yeah, you used to. No,
He
but
said
who did you
Kanye,
say?
he said
He said
Kanye.
Kanye. He said
said
Kanye.
You?
Bruh, I agree with what you
Don't say
guys say.
Snoop Dogg.
Nah, I'm not gonna say
Don't say
Snoop.
Mendoza. I'm playing,
Now, of
I'm
course,
playing.
and then of course, Pac. Yeah, Snoop
Pac,
culture. He kept up with the rhythm of culture. He's still involved in these like roasts, and you know he put his head out in all these different elements, and he did
To a degree, too.
bring like a vibe to that. He Snoop had his own genre.
Yeah.
He's got that he's got that vibe.
Like
going.
no one can. I've never heard like music copied from Snoop.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
Snoop
Snoop's
is
just
his
got
own
that
energy.
vibe.
Yeah, Snoop is his own
Yeah,
energy.
so that's that.
Shout out
and,
Snoop.
Big shot.
Come on the show, Snoop.
And then of course some closing remarks, and of course thank you for everyone for coming through. Jayden, bro, just in closing, say bye to the people, whatever you want
Give
to
us
say.
your social media, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
big
can
fan.
follow me at JayKatana.lol, and you can listen to my music on all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
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 That's what's up.
Yeah, same. You can follow me at Zephiniah, but I spell mine with eyes. But you can just search Zephiniah, it will come up. Or you can search Zephy with 2 eyes, that will come up as well. Yeah, you can listen to my music on all streaming platforms. I'm working on something crazy that I'm about to release, so look out for that. Young Zephiniah, we out here.
Dope.
You're supposed
Joe.
to bring your music and we have
I've got my music here.
But the only thing is it's not kid friendly.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like trap soul sexual type. So
Okay, okay.
It's not really
But
ain't
this
kid
homie
friendly,
got
bro.
vocals, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely
appreciate
gonna
it.
dissect
He's got
that.
dope
Appreciate it.
vocals, bro.
Okay, yeah, so you can catch me. That's Joe Smith.
Cash
on-
me outside.
Catch me outside. Catch me
How
on the
about
social
that?
media streets. That's Joe Smith. Remember, Joe with no E. Just J-O Smith. You can catch me on YouTube as well. I have a sneaker channel right there. Come show support. Hit the subscribe and just come blow with me. Come kick it with Joe.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Rip.
Paris.
Yeah, JayXParis, JX Paris.
Nice.
Yeah, but you can search J Paris. Will still come up.
Yeah.
Bless up, the Don Dada.
But
We
there's
out
nothing
here.
there on Jay Paris's thing. The
What
photo he posted
Yeah,
in 1995.
if you want to know how Zephiniah is spelled, it's Zephiniah.
Yeah,
That's
so
how it
just
goes.
rewind that and listen to it again and you'll hear. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's show. It was a dope one. I wish we had more time to really get into more stuff because now the debate just started getting out there at the end. But okay, cool. That's our time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for showing up. Jay, thank you for showing up. Zeph, thank you for showing up.
Appreciate it.
And of course, our staple diet over here, Mr. Joe, and of course, Mr. Jay Paris and myself. Guys, thank you. Don't forget, tomorrow we got a show. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 in the morning. Please do show some love. Also, subscribe, hit the like. It helps the algorithm get us out there, get people to see what we're all about, what we're out here doing. So, see you on the next one. Love you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.